Have you ever wondered if doing 100 push-ups a day for 30 days could completely transform your body? What if you could build muscle, increase strength, and boost your fitness, all with just one simple exercise? Push-ups are an incredibly effective way to work your chest, shoulders, triceps, and even your core, all with no equipment required. In fact, studies have shown that push-ups can help build muscle just as effectively as a bench press for beginners. But here's the real question. Is doing 100 push-ups every day really the secret to getting in the best shape of your life? Or could it lead to overtraining, soreness, and even injury? Today, we're going to find out. I'll break down what happens when you take on the 100 push-up challenge for 30 days, whether this challenge is really worth your time. Let's dive in and see what this challenge can do for you. The starting point: what to expect in the first week. At the start of the challenge, you might feel like you're ready to conquer the world. However, don't be surprised if doing 100 push-ups seems much harder than you expected. On average, someone with a fair level of fitness can do about 15 to 20 push-ups in a row. So doing 100 in a day might feel impossible at first. You may have to break it down into several sets throughout the day. But that's okay. Your body is going to adapt quickly. The first week of doing 100 push-ups every day is when you'll experience what's called neural adaptations. This means that your brain is getting better at recruiting the muscles needed to perform a push-up, even though your muscles themselves haven't grown yet. Because of this, you'll see a noticeable improvement in your strength within just a few days. But here's the catch. You're also likely to experience DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, in the first week. This soreness typically happens 1 to 2 days after doing a workout, especially if your body isn't used to the intensity. In your case, expect sore shoulders, chest, and arms. This is completely normal, and the soreness should fade as your body gets used to the routine. If you're feeling soreness in your traps or lower back though, it could mean your form is off and you'll need to fix that to avoid injury. Weeks 2 and 3 would be marked by the fatigue and strain. As you move into the second and third weeks, your body starts to adjust to the routine. However, you might notice that you're feeling more fatigued than usual. This happens because even though push-ups seem simple, they are still intense on your muscles, especially when done daily. One major thing to keep in mind during this phase is that while you're working out, you're actually breaking down your muscles, not building them. It's during rest that your muscles grow back stronger and bigger. Normally, your muscles need at least 48 hours to fully recover after a workout. But since you're doing 100 push-ups every day, you're not giving your muscles enough time to rest and recover. As a result, you may start to feel like you're hitting a plateau. Your push-up performance might even decrease as your muscles become overly fatigued. Moving on to week 4 with the strain on joints and the risk of imbalances. By the time you reach week 4 of the challenge, your body will definitely feel the effects of doing 100 push-ups a day. The first thing you'll notice is that your muscles may start to feel imbalanced. Push-ups are great for training the muscles at the front of your body, like your chest, shoulders, and triceps. However, they don't do much for your back muscles. If you continue to neglect your back and only focus on the front muscles, it could cause your shoulders to round forward, leading to bad posture and shoulder pain over time. To avoid this, make sure you're also working on strengthening your back muscles. Exercises like rows, reverse flies, or even basic stretches can help balance things out and keep your posture in check. Another thing you'll notice by week 4 is joint discomfort. Even if you're using proper form, doing 100 push-ups a day can cause strain on your wrists and elbows. Your wrists need a lot of mobility to perform push-ups on the floor, and the repetitive motion can be taxing. Your elbows are also at risk of strain, especially if they aren't aligned properly during the push-up. One way to reduce this strain is to use push-up handles or dumbbells instead of doing push-ups directly on the floor. This gives your wrists a better angle and can reduce some of the discomfort. Be mindful of your elbow positioning too. Make sure your elbows are directly above your wrists during the push-up to avoid unnecessary strain. Now, what growth can you expect? You're probably wondering, is this all worth it? Will I see any real growth? Well, let's take a look at some research. A study from 2017 compared 2 groups of untrained individuals. One group did push-ups while the other used a bench press in their workouts. After 8 weeks, both groups experienced similar gains in muscle size and strength in the chest and triceps. For beginners, it turns out that push-ups can be just as effective as the bench press for building muscle. But what about doing 100 push-ups every day for 30 days? Well, the study didn't go as far as tracking that exact challenge. We can make an educated guess. Based on similar studies, you can expect some noticeable gains in the chest and triceps after a month of doing push-ups regularly. The chest muscle thickness might increase by 3 millimeters, and the triceps could also show about the same amount of growth. Doing 100 push-ups a day for 30 days can offer several significant benefits for your body. One of the most noticeable benefits is the improvement in upper body strength. Push-ups primarily target the chest, triceps, and shoulders, which will grow stronger as you consistently perform the exercise. Over the course of 30 days, you may notice an increase in muscle endurance, allowing you to do more push-ups in a row as your muscles adapt. Additionally, push-ups engage the core, which helps in building core stability and improving posture. Another major benefit is the enhancement of cardiovascular health. Although push-ups are often seen as a strength exercise, they also challenge your heart and lungs, especially when done in high volume. Performing 100 push-ups a day gets your heart rate up, and as you continue the challenge, your cardiovascular system becomes more efficient, which can contribute to better overall fitness. Another benefit is the positive impact on mental toughness and discipline. Committing to the challenge and completing 100 push-ups every day requires consistency and focus, which helps develop mental resilience. It can also serve as a foundation for other physical activities, building the habit of daily exercise and motivating you to take on more challenging fitness goals. Additionally, push-ups promote joint health, particularly in the wrists, shoulders, and elbows. Although the high frequency of the exercise may lead to some initial discomfort, with proper form and technique, push-ups can strengthen the joints over time, improving their stability. However, balance is key, and it's important to complement this challenge with exercises that target other areas of the body, such as the back, to prevent muscle imbalances and avoid strain on the joints. Here are some tips to help you succeed in this challenge. Start slowly by easing into the challenge, gradually increasing reps if needed. Focus on maintaining proper form to prevent injury. Keep your body in a straight line, engage your core, and avoid any sagging or rising of the hips. Take rest days when necessary to allow your muscles to recover. Warm up and cool down to prevent tightness and injury. Tracking your progress is key to staying motivated. Note how many push-ups you can do in a single set at the start. After a week, check if you can do more or if your form has improved. You can also track muscle soreness and how your body feels after each session. Keep a daily log to monitor improvements in strength, endurance, and form. Finally, is it worth the effort? Absolutely. It can lead to noticeable improvements in strength and muscle tone, especially if you're consistent. While it may not be the fastest way to gain muscle, it's an excellent starting point for building habits and working on endurance. However, to see continued progress beyond 30 days, you may need to add variety or challenge yourself with additional resistance. And that's it for the 100 push-ups a day challenge. Remember, consistency and proper form are key to making the most out of this challenge while avoiding injury. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might want to take on the challenge too. Keep pushing yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.